Hello everyone and welcome. Yes, my name is Arafire. Welcome to another episode of, well, look out and shout, I suppose. It's yet another goodie box from Blokees. As you would have seen on the thumbnail, we are getting to open and unbox Galaxy version 06 Wave 6 Parallel Universe, their new block set of Transformers. And it's a bit of everything, but it's kind of ranges we're in for now. If you've watched my video on this and if you've seen some of my pickups on it, we're doing kind of multiple waves on the go. So we've got a couple of Dinobots on this one. We've got some IDW figures. We've got Insecticons, and we've got some nice G1 characters. So we got a bit of everything, not to mention Shattered Glass. And thank you very much to Blokees for sending me this lovely, lovely gift. I'm looking forward to getting it open, getting them all built. I'm sure you are too. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, very nice, very purpley, very reflective boxes. I mean, the boxes are all going to be the same. You've got your nice Galaxy version with IDW Prime on the go, Megatron as well, and the characters that are inside, but we should be going through them all. And let's have a look at the instructions. All the instructions are the same, but it'll give us an idea of what we've got to deal with. So if you'd have seen these before, they're all fairly self-explanatory, and once you've worked out how one is built, the rest will be built much the same. But it shows you how you're going to build the individual arm components and the legs, and then putting on the head and the chest and all the rest of it. This is just Sunstreaker, but all of the instructions will show Sunstreaker if it's anything like the previous sets, and you'll get different characters on the inside. Let's see who we've got. Well, at least I think all the instructions are the same. This actually is Sunstreaker. I mean, I tend to start with the chest personally, but let's see what we got, because he's got a few other things on the go. So he's got his typical front and back, has he? All right, well, there's his front. I'll tell you what, let's get the arms on first. I've learnt before getting the ball joints on, because then you can lock them into the chest piece. Otherwise, you have to take it all apart again. And as I've said before, to anyone watching thinking, oh, there's a lot of pieces here and it looks like a muddle, it gets easier as you go along. Process of elimination, less and less pieces, fewer and fewer pieces. It's like a puzzle in that sense. Good, solid click. Get his headpiece on. Do his head at the end. Let's get the waist on. Some nice detailing on the front of his leg there. That's cool. And we're going to work on these already joined pieces now, which I think I heard this on the previous one. They're kind of pre-molded and assembled. You used to be able to clip either side of these together, and yeah, they were a little bit of a pain. And if you misaligned one, you had to then unplug it. I can't have been the only person who did. Attach that to the torso, and there you go. He can stand. Now onto the arms. So we've got the hands. We'll have some kind of, well, we'll have them holding one out. There you go, a nice double click there. We'll leave that to one side and do the other arm. Got his ever so slight vent stacks on the go here, so just another piece that I'm not particularly used to compared to some of the other releases, but that's fine. Nothing you can't work around. Okay, two arms on. Very nice. Now we'll finish off some of his backpack actually, because he's got to have that going on there. And then what are we doing? Part of his engine hood. Alright, let's work on his head, which is nice outer shells. So if I remember from before, we're going to be doing eyes in the middle. It's generally the best place for them to go. For that to go into the middle like so. Then front over. Got a nice smirking face, you'll see in a minute. Traditional outer head. That's very cool. I've got one leftover piece in his gun. And there he is. He looks really cool. The head, I hope you can see it. That is captured lovely. As is the chest piece. It's got a lot of toon accuracy, which I didn't think you'd really say for Blokees, but just little things like chest detailing and the shins on the front. It's very cool. Even the backpack looks really nice. Very typical for Sunstreaker. Looks very, very nice. Going to look really good alongside Sideswipe. Who do we have next? Now what I'm going to do is actually check the instructions this time and see if they are the same or not. Ah, so swoop. So this is now telling me we have got individual instructions, not same instruction per character. So, okay, it does kind of remove the mystique of when you open it out of the box, but it's cool to know we've got Swoop in his robot mode. What actually feels a bit more pieces this time around, but I guess he's got a bit more back kibble on the go. This could be interesting. Well, I did show you or rather didn't show you, with Sunstreaker, they come with this little collector's card now, which you can find Blokees on Facebook if you scan the QR code on the back, which is nice. But yep, this is indeed Swoop in his robot mode, and possibly a standout of the set, or at least early impressions would suggest so. Alright, let's get building what we know we can build. Just want to remind you, if you're Blokees orientated, and you should be if you're watching this video, I have got a giveaway going on at the moment, so by the time this video goes live there's probably going to be just over a week to go for it, or in and about a week. There is some giveaway of a couple of Blokees, the small Galaxy Defender versions, as well as a couple of other items being thrown in as well. Okay, so there's his chest on the go. Let's see about building us. God, this guy feels dense already. Let's get his dino head on. Can I get his dino head on? Should just slot in. There you go. Good definitive snap. Okay, torso. Or that is his torso rather. Lower half of torso, abdomen. Okay, that's more or less his torso done. Do we do the wings? I suppose we should do the wings, but they don't look that straightforward by just clipping on. So let's see what we've got. Good. I mean, as you know, I am a sucker for a wingspan. Oh, wow. That's pretty something already. I've only built like a third of it. That's pretty cool. Dive bomb, please. Blokees, Predacons, and dive bomb, please. Oh, the feet. Look at that. With a little dino feet on top. Quite tall standing. Very nice. But they're going much the same way. That clips on. And then do we want the clear one for the feet? Hinge and onto a thigh. The thigh, again, has some nice detailing on it. Not just your generic piece. Let's get him standing at least. So that goes on like that. And that goes on there. Very good. Oh, this could be a contender for this set. Alright, let's get some arms. There you go. Slot down like that. Once you do it, it's all so simple. What I will say is if you feel you go wrong at any point with these, they're very easy to just unpeg and clip back on again. So a couple of times I'll just put something in the wrong place, or put a wrong limb on, used a thigh when I've meant to use an upper arm. And yeah, you just unplug it and go again. Very straightforward. Alright, let's go on ahead. Making sure I've got every piece. There's a faceplate, there's a back of a head. So let's get the eyes into the faceplate. Then it has a circular bit for the back of the head. Very similar to Sunstreaker. And clipping on the front of the face. Oh, that's a pop. There we go. And of course he needs a ball joint. There we go. We're good. Doing his guns, fairly easy. Pop on the end. And of course he holds them like guns, but there is a spot for them on the back if you just want him to have him in his traditional weapon storage mode. That's cool. The wingspan really makes it. That could easily be the standout of the set. That is amazing. Character life here. Look, movable wings. The back of it bends at 2 points. They really do capture these so well. The neck does stand a little proud. Possibly more so on this set. They can be adjustable, but they're fixed pieces this time. And I notice it on Sunstreaker. The neck just stands a little tall. But otherwise, oh mate, this is fabulous. I mean, Swoop's a great character. And again, I'm a sucker for a wingspan. That is really, really cool. Oh, Blokees, I'm struggling to house these anyway, let alone ones with wingspans. And again, don't worry if you have spares. You normally do get at least one per set, I find, on average. Oh, we're going with the big boys. We're going with Megatron. IDW Megatron. Wow. There's definitely more pieces in these than the last waves. I'm sure of it. Okay. Let's get on with Autobot Megatron. So we'll clip on these side pieces first. He's got a very big backpack this time. Oh, meaty click as well. And then the backpack goes on. Whew. Big boy stuff. God, get a load of those shin pads, man. Massive. Okay, let's not get ahead of myself. Torso, got the red pieces going on the front. Let's turn our attention to the legs. Oh, you'll see it in a minute, but the detailing on the chest is lovely. Real, I would say War Within vibes. Ah, I've got the feet round the wrong way, but that's okay.
A few moments later.
Yeah, wanted those bits on the outer side. Well, he stands pretty tall. Stands pretty good. There's definitely more involved this time round. Onto arms. Got red inner arm. That's pretty good. These kind of canopy bits, are they? Okay. More cylinder-like. Okay, I think I've got that right after a bit of changing. I thought this was going to be this part, I guess, the back of his tank treads. I thought that was going to be on the front, but it's the smoother side on the front. A little confusing, but I found my way there in the end. Okay, let's get the face on the go. And then front face going through. Give him a ball joint to boot. Alright, let's work on a cannon. Now, it should just be straightforward, but I've been fooled before. Clip on, and then we got this end piece. And then just that slide in. It does. And there he is. The detailing is lovely, particularly on the chest. I hope that comes across. Maybe a little restrictive as to the arm bend. It can be a bit awkward, and you feel like maybe a couple of things will come off. Which is a little shame because I find it, yeah, I'll have to get him into some poses. But he looks of stuff. He really is substantially big. He also comes with a blast effect, which I'll plug in. But again, I just feel like if I'm not careful, it's too much weight and it might come off the cannon. And there he is. It's really quite cool, actually. We've seen these blast effects before. We've even seen Blokees do blast effects before. But I really can't get across how sizable he is. He's pretty something. He's pretty intimidating, as Megatron should be. This looks like a jack of the wheel variety, and it is. It's the wheelie boy. Okay, we've got a bit more uniform with Wheeljack here. Let's see what we can do. Torso with the Lancia stripes, love it. Okay, well that's that part applied. Moving on to the legs. Oh, that was a click, wasn't it? So the white feet, this is looking very familiar. As a certain YouTuber would say, second verse, same as the first. Okay, let's get him standing. Aha, I see where I have gone wrong. This is why you should always read the instructions.
Le grill? What the hell is that?
So let this be a lesson to you. You think you Billy Big something. Make sure you read the instructions. Yep, you've got to put the blue in to get that kind of visor on the chest, and then you clip together the torso. Okay, he's looking a bit more complete now. Let's get the torso back on. Abdomen, torso, whatever. And then all the legs on. Okay, he's standing. Now we can do his wings whilst we're here. This could be another standout of this set. Onto the arms. Put his gun in whilst we're here. We also have his rocket. That's an easy one. That's just sitting on the shoulder. A bit similar to how Prowl's was in the previous wave. A bit on the shorter side, but there it is. Oh, the typical characteristic of the light up ears. Very iconic. So there that goes. Then what? Top of his head goes on? Goes like that. And does this front piece go on? Is this the back of his head? Definitely the most involved head I've come across. But it is absolutely a Wheeljack head. Look at that. Picture perfect. That is something else. That is brilliant. I mean, I can't keep saying it's a standout of the set, but it's just banger after banger with these. This is lovely. The white is particularly nice. It's very poppy, very vibrant, and it really brings out like the red chest, the head sculpt with that traditional blue ears. Oh, it's Wheeljack. It's Wheeljack to a T, and in many ways he gets slept on, doesn't he? He gets forgotten about, but he's as iconic a character as any. He's really cool. I'm really, really pleased with him. He is a lovely boy.
My good time boy.
All right, we're coming up to halfway point. Who do we have here? Shattered Glass Ratchet. I've never really been one for Shattered Glass figures. I mean, I like the story, as you'll know. I'm a What If person. I like What If as much as anybody. But I don't know. I think some of the characters I have more of an affinity to in Shattered Glass than others. I think Prime is a really good Shattered Glass. Megatron, yes. Skyfire, Jetfire, and Starscream, they're the ones that I kind of really draw to. But hey, if we got at least two now, with Purple Prime and now with Ratchet, we're probably going to get a load more. I love the little teal green use. That's lovely. Learning from Wheeljack. Do I have to do anything else? I don't think so. So let's just get the front and back on. Nice little green visory work going on. A bit more detailing going on. Otherwise, very white body. You would have thought for Shattered Glass that he would be, I don't know, black, like a complete polar opposite of the typical G1 Ratchet. But again, that teal is really doing a job. Okay, let's got him standing. Let's go to the arms. What are you doing for shoulders? The head. Let's actually get a neck on for a change. So it's more of a solid headpiece this time. It looks like it does. Slide up and in. Oh, piercing red eyes. There you go. The green is very nice. He's actually more green and white. You can see it's just, I don't know if it'll come across, there's that evil smirk, there's that vicious doctor to him. The green is doing a lot of work, but if I take my hand away from the bottom, you'll see just how green he is. As I say, more green and white. But interestingly, for comparison, here he is alongside the first one that came out from Blokees, typical G1 Ratchet. And yeah, it is pretty similar and cut and paste, but yeah, you do certainly get evil vibe with the purple and the darker green versus that vibrant red and the Red Cross stickers on. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a nice menacing colour scheme, particularly with those red eyes. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you. You are a champion. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It all adds up. It all helps out. So thank you very much. See what we have now. Well, I wondered. We got a prime. All right, let's see what we got. On with the torso. Do I have anything special to do with the torso? Once bitten, twice shy. There's so many. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. So that's why I couldn't find it. There's no detachable shoulder pieces this time. They're actually on his backpack. That's unusual. Okay, is that like an outer backpack and then that goes on? Or is that on first and then... I don't know what I'm doing. Let's consult the instructions. So that's going front on first. That's going to be his backpack. That clips on, and then he's going to have a front pack, which is a very nice detail. Funny enough, I did just take a photo of this just yesterday, as of recording, of my War Within style MMC Optus Pexus. It's really nice. It's such an attractive front cab. Not that typical Optimus isn't, but we know what it looks like. This is just something a little bit different. So yeah, that's cool. But of course, this is Orion Pax, not Optimus, but it good as is. One leg done. That's going to be that size. So I want that round that way. All right, he's upright. Now, he's got his little backpack things. Could get those on. I love that kind of half tire. That's brilliant. Oh, this could be a strong contender. And, of course, he's going to have arm cannons. Which, how does that work? Oh, that's going to be, yeah. There he is all armed up. Ah, forgotten another piece. Of course, that's his inner bit. Oh, I bet there are people at home shouting and screaming like mad. You fool, you've missed it. He'll realise in a minute. Only got myself to blame. Okay, right. I think we're there now. And he's looking a bit more complete on the front visor. Right, let's get the face on the go. We've got an orange visor going on. Back of the head. I find it's easier to do back of the head first. There he is. Onto there. And that is very nice IDW Prime. And there he is, doing everything you would want an IDW Prime to do. Again, like Megatron, comes with orange blast effects to go into the tip of his gun. But he's got arm cannons, he's got shoulder cannons. What's not to love? And just so you can see on contrast, here he is with the MMC version. I mean, it's pretty good to take this under work day. Love that. That's brilliant. Okay, home stretch. Insecticon. Kickback. Again, it feels like we have more pieces than normal here. And a pre-assembled chest, okay. Furiously checking the instructions to make sure there's something I have to do first. That to go on the outer section. They just feel a bit more dense this time round, the chest pieces in particular. This feels like there's more involved. That makes sense. This to go on the inner piece? No. Got to be outer piece, so very fine. Now, of course, he is actually coming with a separate insect, as you might have seen, so... Which looks very... It says staghorn insects, looks very much like Bombshell, but... I'm very... Do you know, I really don't know when it comes to Insecticons. I'm pleased they're doing them, because I think they look really good. I was never that big a fan of them, and I think their most interesting dynamic was the fact that they were kind of doing their own thing against Megatron. But I'm pleased that Blokees are doing them, because I do think they look really cool. He's very much going for the all-in-black vibe. One arm on. I don't like bits that are just lying around. That makes me feel like I've missed something. I'm sure I have. I think that's for more the Insecticon mode, and that's okay. So let's work on the arm. Let's finish that off. Work on some back wings. They're on ball joints, unlike wheeljacks. Let's work on the head. Alright, so that more sits this time. Oh, this is a little bit confusing. Confusing for me anyway. This one wants to fight you a bit. Typical Insecticon. And there we go. Very much an Insecticon head. Very Scorponok as well in the look. Put that on. That was definitely the most involved head I've had to do, even including Wheeljack. That is mostly the figure done, I believe. Looking very good, I might add. But let's put it to one side and concentrate on this bug boy. So top and bottom, I would assume. But yeah, okay, we're putting those on first. It's just a mini bombshell, isn't it? I think that's right. It is. He's just an adorable little bombshell. And you can see there's Kickback. They've captured him really well. The translucent wings, it's really, really nice. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Insecticons, but he looks really, really cool. And the little accompanying bombshell, look, he's absolutely wee and tiny. It's down in the instructions as Staghorn Insect, but this is, I guess they're little minions, they're little bots, but it is kind of just Bombshell in its transformed mode. And you can see how we're talking. This is the Blokees Galaxy Defender version, their Scavenger. Scaling alongside him, he's much the same size. That's very cool. I like that. Okay, for the penultimate. A Conehead. Dirge. Yes, Bumblejumper, I do know which is which. Now you have taught me. For those who are wondering what I mean by that, that's infamously because I don't know the name of the Coneheads, because I've never really cared enough about them. The Seekers are more interesting. And Bumblejumper, a good friend of mine, one of my longest serving subscribers, famously bought me one of the Coneheads in the Siege line, wasn't it? I think it was. And just so I could tell them apart, because I couldn't really name all of them. Okay, checking. Anything we need to do? Possibly some front on the go, but I think we're largely okay to assemble. Get the head on as we're here, or at least the neck. And where's his actual cone head? Alright, let's work on some beefy legs. He definitely did not skip leg day. Okay, one done. Outer leg. Alright, standing good. But we can carry on with the legs because he's going to have leg wings. You want to go on that side, don't you? And these are going to go on the back of his body, are they? Okay. Which way? Oh, is this what these absolute tiny things are? Tell you what, I'll read the instructions. I'm such a man the way I'm doing things. Very, very small, shallow ball joints. But once they're on, they're on. That's how he looks, back and leg. As he's a Decepticon, we'll give him double closed fists. Seem to be saying that a lot. Maybe he's a nice Decepticon. Okay. Now onto the head, which looks very simple by comparison to others. He says he's largely visor and face. So that clips on, and then the cone head slots all the way in. Oh, he stands tall. He stands tall and he stands proud. He's very nice. He is quite a wide piece. So again, I think the wingspan's going to take up a lot of room, but he's a very nice feature. I can see a few more cone heads coming, looking just as nice as this. Final one. I think we know by now who this is going to be. Yep, counterpart of Swoop in Dino mode. Again, another beloved one for this set. Fewer pieces this time, but he is largely body and already formed, he says. So, okay, looking forward to this. Let's get on with it. Aha, now, I know you need to put something in the front here, so that's okay. I hadn't noticed this time. Okay, that goes on. I do think the Dinobots have arguably been, I say the standouts, I don't know. I do think there's a standout in each wave, but they've all been really good. Like, I do feel the Constructicons have been very good in the previous waves. And we only have one Dinobot to go. Even the little legs on the ball joint. Oh, that's cool. Pre-existing. Just little things I feel Blockies are really up their game. Oops, I need to put his sort of front torso on. Let's see about getting his wings on. Detail to detail. Yeah, looks good. We'll get the missile launcher on here whilst we're here. More or less identical to the robot mode. Put it on the outer side. No, you want the Autobot logo side because you're going to be looking at him from top. Is that right? And presumably that's just going to push in. There we go. One wing on. Alright. Now, the head. Thought I lost his eye visor, but it's always the way with this set. You feel like you're losing a bit, missing a bit, and they always turn up. Okay, that was a bit of a struggle getting his eyes in, but once they're in, they're in. Then we ball peg him on. There he is, looking fabulous. And I don't normally show these, But he does actually come with a flight stand, which when assembled, the ball peg goes on, and now he can suspend and fly. And additionally, he comes with a blast effect, and that is brilliant. I mean, I keep saying stand out the set, but they're all so good in so many ways. But I feel Blokees have really stepped up, and assembling this guy last, I really do see it. A flight stand, wingspan, posability, blast effects. And for the Dinobots, man, that's just a tick in all the boxes. Just to show you how he is just generally flying around. He's really cool. You can kind of pose the beak to have an outward fly, and the same for the toes. He flies pretty well. The wings do bend just like they do for the robot mode version. That is lovely. He is a very characteristic boy. And here he is with himself, really, in the two modes. It's so easy to say they're the standout character, maybe. I do really like Wheeljack. I really like what all of them do. I think there's been some here that have really surprised me, the likes of Megatron. Even if Megatron does struggle with some of the arm articulation, he still looks really good. The Insecticons, Kickback, he looks really quite smart. Even the teal on Shatterglass Ratchet looks really good. Wheeljack is lovely to look at, as is Sunstreaker. There's not really a dud one in this set. I feel they're just kind of going from strength to strength. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, this is a comparison, isn't it? The first two that appeared in the cartoon. This is the Bumblebee that came out in one of the earlier waves. And whilst he's fine, don't get me wrong, and I do particularly like his feet, when you compare him to Wheeljack, there's more detailing here. The build just feels like they've upped and they've learned, and it's got a bit richer. It's got a bit more advanced, and yeah, when you compare it to some of the older races, why, this is certainly not bad, of course, but this just feels a bit better still, and I think everything in this wave comes across a little bit more refined, a little bit more detailed rather than, say, a flatback. And again, I'm not knocking this, but it just feels like a step up with this wave, and that's why I'm really taken away from it. They're really all good. They look fabulous. I think this is going to be a bit of a devastating wave to have in your collection as to where you're going to put them. I'm already struggling for space with Blokees. But thank you so much to Blokees for sending me this lovely little gift set. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other ways can do. Maybe go down the route of combiners. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking a bit too much, but we can definitely finish off the Dinobots. One more to go. As mentioned before, do check out things like the Transformers store in Battersea. Some of the Blokees wares are for sale in there, so you can go and physically pick them up in store. Plus, that's a really good experience to go and walk around and have a look around. But thanks very much for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next one.